Hello everyone, welcome to the Arthur Conan Doyle Center YouTube channel. My name is Kat and today we are doing pick a card reading on what is on the edge of your consciousness. So sometimes we do have an idea, we have a feeling, there's something that it's there but we don't know exactly what it is. It's not in our consciousness yet, it's just at the edge, it's just at the border, and sometimes it's almost like a great revelation when we realize this when it comes to our consciousness. So hopefully today I will be able to offer you some guidance on this topic. And as always, we have 4 groups, and these are all the objects I picked during a walk on my birthday. So these are really special objects. So first group, we have this lovely shell. Okay, then group 2, it's this shell. For group 3, it's this weird type of rock with some red and black. It has really nice texture. And then for group 4, it's this very flat piece of stone, or at least I think it is some sort of stone. You can see how thin it is. So take some time to pick your group. You can pause the video, you can meditate on each of the objects, but I always say that if you just follow your intuition, if you just go ahead with the first choice, then this is it. So just to remind you, we are looking at what is at the edge of your consciousness. So in terms of tarot decks, I will be using the Tarot of Mystical Moments, as usual, and then I will use other decks and we'll see, but just keeping it simple. Okay, so let's start with group 1. So if you chose this shell, group 1, this is your reading. So what is at the edge of your consciousness? So I will actually shuffle 2 decks and I will pick 1 card from each deck and then I will take it from there. So let's see, group 1, what is at the edge of your consciousness? This one and then the other deck. Also, apologies about my hand. I just realized I didn't wash it properly. I went to Boots to buy some makeup for spraying. So yes, sorry if it looks like my hand is bruised. Okay, let's see. Group 1, what is at the edge of your consciousness? Alright, let's see. So we have the 8 of Swords and then we have the Dreamer of Cups. So the first thing that comes to my mind is that in some way your mind is trapped. Because with the 8 of Swords in the Rider-Waite deck, there is a lady whose eyes are blindfolded and she is tied, but she's not really tied. She could get out of that. So it's self-imposed limitations with this card, and you can see it here. It's this person is in a cage, but the cage is open and the person has wings. They could very easily get up and fly away, and yet they are still staying inside that cage, feeling sad, feeling trapped. So that's what it feels like to me. That, I mean, I would see it actually in a positive way, that on the edge of your consciousness there is that little gap that you're starting to notice. And while consciously you might feel like there is no escape, there is nothing I can do about it, something is starting to change here. Something is opening within you. Something is opening in your mind, and you will be able to fly away. You will be able to free yourself. Anything else about this card? I mean, it's such a beautiful surrounding here, and this person, I mean, at least that's how it looks like to me. They are looking down. They are not even paying attention to what's around. So perhaps the thing here is looking around you, really paying attention to signs, paying attention to synchronicities, paying attention to the way that things are connected, because just very slowly you're starting to notice that things are connected and that there is a way to get out of this cage, of that prison. So let's see, then we have the Dreamer of Cups, and to be honest I never know if it's a Page of Cups or if it's a Knight of Cups, but I'll read it as Cups and I will read it as the illustration. And look at this, also this character has wings, so it's, you have the ability to fly, you have the ability to free yourself, but for some reason you are not doing it, you are not using your wings, you are stuck in some prison, perhaps prison of your mind, while you could be flying around. Another thing with this card, especially with this woman here, she has wings, but she also has the tail of a fish, so it's connecting to different elements, it's connecting water and it's connecting air. So to me it is about mixing together our intellect, the way we process information, the way we communicate, together with our feelings, so being very aligned, especially here. If you look at all of the different elements here, she's holding some sort of orb, and then to me it looks like different chakras almost, so being aligned in yourself, and this is what brings you freedom. So you don't have to sit in a cage, you don't have to worry about being trapped, being unable to go where you want. There is freedom here, and you are aware of it, but still it's at the edge of your consciousness. It's something that you can feel. It's almost like when you have a window open in a different room and you can still feel the cold air, the draft on your feet, or I don't know, on your hand or something like that, and you know that there is a window open, you know there's fresh air coming in, but perhaps you're being focused on other things. So there is great freedom waiting for you. You can really free yourself from your limitations, but it's as if you haven't realized you have the wings, because you do. You just have to realize you have them. Anything else about this card? It's this idea of being aligned, having all of the energies aligned, having them in balance, and knowing why they are there and what to use them for. So then you can use them to your advantage. But to me, this expression here, it's such a comfortable expression. There's that feeling of flow, of just enjoying all of that coming together. Maybe two different elements joining one another. So then you realize the reason why I couldn't free myself is because one of them was missing. So that connection here, that balancing out. So let's see. What next? What should I ask next? So let's check a bit more about this limitation, maybe just because it's something that's at the edge of your consciousness. Maybe you're still a bit unsure if this is trapping you or if it's something for your safety. So let's see, anything else about that Eight of Swords? But now I'm getting the message of going with the flow instead of being super controlled and watching every move and really calculating everything. It's as if just let down your hair, let it loose, and just go with the flow. Okay, let's see. Eight of Swords. Anything else about that limitation? Anything else we should know? Okay, and we have the Moon. So there are a lot of fears happening here. Look at all of that coming from the depths, coming from the darkness. It's an octopus. It's something that you feel is coming slowly, and it's going to wrap around you, and it's, you know, kind of cold or slimy or wet, and it just feels so horrible. So it's, and again we have both of the characters showing their back. So I wonder if there's something you do not want to face within you, some fear, something, again, in your subconsciousness, because Moon is about the subconscious things that we are not aware of. And it's that fear of the unknown, perhaps, that is keeping you down. That's what's keeping you in that cage. It's just because I saw the fox, you might feel like it's something very sneaky that no matter what you do, it will catch up with you. So it's better to just stay quiet. It's better to lay low, or else it will get you when you're least expecting it. I feel it as a very dark energy, but really sneaky and quiet as well. So it's as if when you're not looking, this is when it's haunting you the most, perhaps haunting you in your dreams. Maybe you are having some nightmares as well, and that's almost as if trapping you in a state of fear, confusion, a state of apathy, of being passive. But you do have the wings, you can fly away from this. And also every time when I see the moon card, it makes me think of during the night, our fears are much worse because with the moonlight, you can't really see all the colors. Things are distorted. So making decision based on that distorted image is not really a good idea. So we have to wait for the day and the daylight, just so that we can see what's actually happening, and perhaps it's not as scary as you thought. So to me, the message is, at the edge of your consciousness, there is an opportunity to free yourself. And maybe you're still not aware of it, you don't know it yet, you don't see that the cage is open and you can fly away. But let's see, anything that could help you. Anything that could help you with escaping that cage, with fully realizing it, fully bringing it into your consciousness. Okay, I was shuffling the cards. You know what I said just a second ago about the sunlight? Yeah, the sun came up. So, yes, and look at this, it looks like an eye. See, this is why I love reading tarot. And it's a different deck. These are two different decks. So getting the moon and the sun, it's just incredible. So it is about shedding light on whatever fears you have, anything that's holding you back. You have to look at it in daylight. You have to be realistic about this. You have to see things as they are, not as you think they are, not during the night, not when you're having some sort of anxiety attack. You have to look at it during the day and keep optimistic, because to me the sun talks about having an optimistic outlook, thinking about the best possible outcome rather than expecting something from the depths to catch you. Anything else about this card? Again, there's that duality here of the sun and the moon, of bringing together the unconscious with the conscious mind. And it's seeing things, opening your eyes, rather than turning yourself away and pretending you can't see it, and pretending that it doesn't exist. And I see perhaps there will be a bit of releasing to do, because to me this looks like an eye, and it looks like there's water coming out. It looks like it's crying. So perhaps releasing certain emotions, crying out your fears. So if you do feel like that, just cry it out. Don't feel bad about it. Just let it all out. Empty that energy. So then you have space for new things to come. Let me check. Anything else in here? But I still can't get over that sun. It's just such a perfect combination. So let's see. Any final advice I can give you? So for this, let's use this deck. So any final advice for group 1? So there is freedom for you. You can fly away. And maybe you're not realizing this. Maybe you feel you're stuck. You're trapped. Let's see. One more card. Any advice for group 1 about the situation? Judgment. Yes, you have to hear the wake-up call. So there's a wake-up call. Either it happened already or it's coming to you soon. So don't pretend you haven't heard it. It's like an alarm in the morning. So instead of just trying to turn it off and put the pillow over your head so you won't hear it. Listen to it, no matter how difficult it is. Maybe it is going to kick you out of your comfort zone. Maybe it will force you to change your behavior, because to be honest, it's in some way it is kind of comfortable sitting in a cage and not being bothered by the outside world, and you're just in one place and you just have to worry about what's next to you. But once that wake-up call comes and you want to free yourself, the universe expands. And so it can be overwhelming, it can be scary, but this is the price of freedom. If you want to be a free human being, if you want to be a free soul, you do have to accept all of the conditions. That's what it feels like to me. And again, we have wings here on this person here on the card. So flying away, definitely being free. Flying away from your fears and nightmares, whatever holds you back. But you need to align yourself and you need to see things in the light of the day. So yes, I think I'll just end it here because it's a very clear message for you, Group 1. So yes, this is what is at the edge of your consciousness. Well, freedom. Freedom, you just have to believe it. You have to see that it is possible. You are not stuck. So yes, this is it for Group 1. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, feel free to subscribe, check our other videos. We usually upload every Sunday. So yes, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello Group 2, if you chose the second shell, well, this shell, this is your reading. So we are looking at what is at the edge of your consciousness. Something that's kind of there, but you haven't noticed it. Maybe you can feel it, but it's not fully in your consciousness. So we shall see what it is. So I will start with 2 cards, one from the Tarot of Mystical Moments, and then I don't remember the name of that deck. It's something with a dream. The Mystical Dream Tarot, maybe not, but we'll see. Okay, so Group 2, what is at the edge of your consciousness? This one and then the other deck. So Group 2, what is at the edge of your consciousness? All right, let's see. So we have the Knight of Wands and then we have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, I see the message. So the first thing that came to my mind is that with the Knight of Wands, you really want to move towards something that you are incredibly passionate about. So the Knight of Wands, especially in this deck, I really like that card. It's jumping through the hoops. So there are some challenges and the hoop is on fire, so there's even more of a challenge. But there is a certain element of being excited, of doing something different, doing something that maybe is a bit dangerous and risky, but it is very impressive and you just want to show off a little bit. Maybe you want to impress another person or a group of people. And this is why you are jumping through these hoops. Somehow the horse really stands out to me, so it makes me think of being connected to that very instinctive nature, like with the animals, they have a really close connection to the nature and the inner cycles. So to me it's if you do have that instinct, something telling you, oh, I want to go there, I want to do that, even if it's a bit risky, even if people say it's stupid, I still want to do it. So following the heart, following that inner fire that's within you, whatever ignites your soul, following that. And even if certain challenges will appear on your path, you'll be able to just effortlessly jump through the hoops. You'll be able to just solve them, no problem at all. And at the same time, you will look very, very elegant and sophisticated. So that's always a plus. Okay, let's see. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. So traditionally, this card is all about financial stability, having I would say a high status, having a family that is spread across multiple generations. When you have the grandparents, the parents, you have the children, you have maybe a family business, something that has been going on for quite a while, something that is very established and stable. So I wonder if you are moving towards that stability. And because it's at the edge of your consciousness, maybe you are still not sure about it. Maybe you feel like, I'm too young to do this, or maybe I have no idea what I'm doing and there's no way I could ever achieve this. And yet you have that desire to move towards it, to really reach out your hand to all these different things. And to me, the tree is a symbol of it is a symbol of stability when it keeps growing every year, and the trunk gets thicker, and then there's more branches, and then the roots go even deeper, and you have trees that have been there for hundreds or even thousands of years, and it's something that you just can't move. It's something that will stay there no matter what. So it's an interesting combination of elements as well, because Wands is fire and Pentacles is earth, so it's two opposing elements. So sometimes the Pentacles energy can feel too heavy for fire. It might feel too mundane and too boring, but as long as you have a vision, as long as you have that passion, then you will be able to manifest it into material reality. So maybe it is a big dream that you have, some sort of business, or creating an organization, creating something really important and long-lasting. But if you think about it, and here I mean, I don't know, institutions or businesses that have been there for hundreds of years, they had to start somehow. Somebody had to create them. It's not that they've been there forever, they just magically happened. Somebody had to start them, and I feel like you do have a dream like that. Something is there at the edge of your consciousness. So let's see, anything else about this energy? Anything else? Let's see about that Knight of Wands. Anything else? We have the Knight of Cups, so another Knight. So there's a lot of movement here. And it's not only something that is important to you when it comes to your passion, but you're emotionally connected to it. You are moved by some idea. You are moved by some sort of project. And you just want to go for it. That's it. There's so much passion. There's so much feeling in here. So much investment. And you want to manifest it in the material world. So it's not just floating around. It's not going to die out like fire when it has no fuel. It's not just going to sink into the ground like water. It's harnessing these energies into something long-lasting and stable in the material world. That's how it feels to me. So let's see, anything else? No, not this deck, this one. Anything else about the Ten of Pentacles in particular? Let's see. Anything else? Okay, the Ten of Pentacles, and that's Lady of Swords. So we actually have all of the elements. We have the Swords, Pentacles, Wands, and Cups. So to me, it's complete. It's a complete energy. And again, look at this. To me, this lady has her sight on the prize. She knows what she wants, and she'll go for it. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It's just setting your sight on some goal and just doing it, just going for it. And Queen of Swords, to me, it's somebody who has intellect, somebody who's very intelligent, somebody who can detach themselves from their emotions so they will not get carried away. So here, having Swords, Wands, Cups, it's you have everything it takes. You can look at it from a very realistic point of view. You have the passion, you have the heart for it, and then it's just about manifesting it into reality. I mean, one thing with the Ten of Pentacles, it might take a while. It might take quite some time. It might be a very long project that you want to dedicate yourself to. It might take years. It might take decades. You never know. But it's leaving a legacy. That's how it feels to me. Leaving a legacy for future generations. And maybe you feel like, oh, who am I to do something like this? You know, I'm just a normal person, but it is at the edge of your consciousness. You really want to plant the seeds, I've heard, for a better tomorrow. I hope that's not much of a cliche, but it's something that you want to leave behind for other people to enjoy. You want to inspire others. You really want to make a difference. So if you do have an idea like that, the cards are saying it's there. You have what it takes. You just need to put in the effort in the material world, step by step, and be very methodical about it, be disciplined. Because to me, Pentacles, it is that earthy energy of doing things in real life. Not just being stuck in your head, not just having these different dreams and, oh, how nice it would be, people would remember me like that. No, it's about doing actual work. So, yes, let's see. One more card. How to approach this? What is the best course of action in this case? Let's see, group 2, what is the best course of action in your case? The Hierophant. Okay, so study, gather enough information, have the knowledge that is necessary to go about. So let's say if you want to create some sort of charity, you have to know legally how it works. You have to have all the paperwork. And if you are not aware of it yourself, then to me it would say meet up with someone or hire someone who knows. Because to me the Hierophant is some sort of advisor. It is a leader, somebody who is an expert in their field. So just like the girl is listening to the owl, the wise owl with the book, and so you could listen to somebody who has expertise in the area. And again, we have a tree. So the idea of planting the seeds and then tending to them and then letting them grow over time. So don't feel discouraged if things don't move as quickly as you'd like to. Because with the Knight of Wands, there's a great passion, there's a desire for fast movement, but it's not something that can be done overnight. Great things don't happen overnight. And what do they say? Rome wasn't built in a day. So keep that in mind. But for now, keep that vision in your mind. Stay focused. Find people who can help you. Find a mentor, perhaps. Somebody who has done something similar or in a similar field, and they can give you advice. And so it will help you to achieve something great. So you might not be aware of it fully, but it's something in your mind. It's there. It's just waiting to manifest. It's just waiting to come into your consciousness. So yes, if you are wanting to do great things, this is your sign to go ahead. So yes, I think that was quite a clear message to me. So I hope you also felt this way. So I will end the reading here. I feel like there's no point looking into it too much further. So just really concentrated energy. You can take it and start moving towards your dream. So yes, I hope you liked the reading. If you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to check our other videos. We usually post every Sunday, and we also have lots of different things on our channel. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello group 3, if you chose this two-colored stone with a very interesting texture, this is your reading. So we are looking at what is at the edge of your consciousness. So things that you kind of feel, you kind of know, but it hasn't been fully brought into your consciousness. So let's see, maybe I can help you with realizing something. So yes, what I've done for the other two groups, I've pulled one card from each of the decks and then just I take it from there. So let's see, group 3, what is at the edge of your consciousness? Okay, group 3. Okay, And then the other deck. So what is at the edge of your consciousness, group 3? Okay, let's see. So we have the Hanged Man and we have the 7 of Swords. So, okay, the way I see it straight away, the first thing that comes to my mind is that there is some sort of blockage, or not a blockage, but it's as if you have to wait. You have to... the energy is redirected. It's almost like the usual way of going at things has been blocked. So there's a diversion. And there's some waiting involved with that Hanged Man. So, let's see. Actually, I want to pull one more card just to be a bit more sure. What is this Hanged Man about? Okay, I see. So we have the 5 of Swords and then we also have the 7 of Swords. So the first thing that came to my mind with these two cards is as if you are subconsciously stopping yourself or pausing yourself because you can feel something is not right. So traditionally the 7 of Swords talks about deception. It talks about being sneaky, being not entirely honest. And again, I feel like that 5 of Swords, it's showing me that something is happening. So I don't know if it has to do about the connection or it has to do with investing your time into some sort of business or opportunity. It's as if everything outside of you is going, maybe not wrong, but it's going against you. And you feel like, what else has to happen? I've had so many setbacks. I've had so many times when I just had to wait because, let's say, I was waiting for the other person or some documents were missing. And it feels like I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and nothing is happening. And yet, I feel like at the edge of your consciousness, there is the understanding that this is for a reason, because things are not exactly the way they look. There is something off. So you are waiting to see how the situation clarifies. Because here with the 5 of Swords, usually it is a card of mental conflict, and here we do have a woman hiding half of her face, and then there's a man with, I guess, his heart torn out, and the woman holds that piece. So also Swords is all about the mind. It's all about our intellect. So it's something to do with, well, how our mind works. So that's an interesting energy here. So let's see. Okay, I want this deck. Let's get one more card to get a bit more context for the situation. Okay, and we have the Queen of Cups. So it's about embracing a feeling that you have. It makes me think of this hunch that people have, some sort of psychic knowing, where you cannot confirm it with facts, you cannot confirm it with logic, you cannot confirm it with the traditional methods, and yet you know something is off. And this is why you are stopping yourself. And you say, okay, I will just let things settle. I will pull myself away and let's see how things will go. And again, it might be frustrating. And oh gosh, I've started speaking Polish. And it even makes me think of how sometimes we might become ill at a very important time when there was something that we have planned for a long time, and then all of a sudden we get ill and we miss that opportunity. That's how it feels to me. It's as if subconsciously you know something is off, and so you put yourself on hold. and it's not in your consciousness yet. It's not like you cancelled your plans because you know something's off. It's the way that things have aligned. It's so that you can distance yourself and see how things develop. Excuse me, so maybe that was a sign. Okay, so let's see. That's 7 of Swords. Let's get something else from that deck. Anything else that we can get to know about pile 3. Oh gosh, something fell. What is it? Interesting, that's another 7 that just jumped out. Oh God. Okay, so it's the 7 of Cups. So it's 7 and we have 7. And it's interesting how, see, there is a barrier between two people. It's something is blocked. Something is not exactly the way it should be. There's not enough flow of energy. So I feel like you are subconsciously creating these blocks because maybe you don't want to trust another person. You don't want to do something, but you feel obliged. And so you manifest all the obstacles, however weird it might sound. It's as if you're trying to protect yourself. So in your conscious mind, you might be saying, oh, but it's such a good opportunity. I should be happy. I should be doing this. I should be going full speed. You know, it's so good and it's good for the future and I should just keep going. And yet, in your mind, I mean, you're not aware of it, but you're frozen. So you don't want to do it. So let's see. What is the advice in this situation? What can you do about this? What is the best course of action for group 3 in this situation? Because I feel like you are connected to the currents, you are connected to emotions, you are connected to these psychic energies around you. You really pick it up. And yet the mind, because we have Swords, the mind is telling you, no, I mean, the mind is telling you, go for it, and you know, you should be happy that it's happening, but yet you don't feel it. And the thing with the 7 of Cups, it's about choice. Maybe you feel like there are more options. There's something more waiting for you out there. And by blocking yourself off from this option, you will have much more of them open. So let's see, what is the advice here for group 3? What's the advice? Knight of Pentacles. I see it. I definitely see it. So, Knight of Pentacles, a very, very slow movement forward. So don't get carried away by all of the great ideas. Don't get carried away by other people saying, come on, hurry up. We don't have much time left. Come on, this is a limited offer. You should just do it straight away. Time is running out. Come on. Quicker. It's the more people are pushing you, the more you have to slow down. That's how it feels to me. And question everything. Because in your mind, you know, maybe this is not the best thing for you. And so you feel apprehensive. You feel like, should I really do this? But yes, go at it in a very slow manner. Don't let other people hurry you. Don't let other people feel you guilty for taking your time. So instead of taking 50 steps in one day and then feeling tired and then just completely abandoning the idea, to me, Knight of Pentacles is taking 1 step a day, but being 100% sure of it. So if you're not 100% sure of something, don't do it. That's how it feels to me. And Knight of Pentacles, very dependable, very practical person as well. So just because something sounds good and it looks good on paper doesn't mean it will look good in real life. So be realistic and don't be afraid to slow things down. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to question things. Because maybe if you're in a group, you would be the person who always slows everything down because you ask extra questions. You say, oh, but how would that work? And people are like, oh, come on, no, we'll figure it out. No, in this context, moving slowly, being cautious. And you already know it. but don't feel bad about this. Don't feel bad about slower movement, because there's something off here, and you know it. You already know it. So don't get carried away. Just do things slowly and do it step by step, and then you will see where that will take you. So yes, anything else? No, I feel like this is it. Just don't get carried away. You already know this. It's at the edge of your consciousness that you shouldn't be too hasty. So don't let other people hurry you up. No? Is that how you say it? Anyway, yeah, don't let other people force you to do things you don't want to, or go at a speed that you're not comfortable with. Because you can feel something's off. And I've already said this 10 times, but just to get the message across. Okay, so yeah, I think I'll just leave you here with this message. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was useful. Maybe you have realized something. And yes, if you liked it, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to check our other videos. We usually upload a new video every Sunday, and there's much more on our channel. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye! Hello, Group 4. If you chose this very thin and flat stone, this is your reading. So we are looking at what is at the edge of your consciousness, something that's there but you haven't really realized it yet. So let's see. I will pull out 2 cards, one from each deck, and then we will see where it takes us. So let's see, what is at the edge of consciousness of Group 4? Group 4, just 1 card from this deck. Let's see. Group 4. And 1 more card from a different deck. Okay, let's take this one. Okay, so let's see. What's at the edge of your consciousness? Page of Wands, the Dream Angel. There's a lot of curiosity. There's something that you want to do, something that you're very idealistic about. You have a lot of hope about something, and you really want to look at it from a much closer point of view. And every time I get this card, I have to reach out and pull this out. So that's what you want to do. You want to look at something in more detail. So yes, hopefully this will be the this will be the thumbnail. Okay. Page of Wands usually talks about somebody who can be a bit inexperienced, somebody who's just starting things out, but they have great passion, they have great curiosity. And here I do see it like a rainforest, that sort of setup. There are some birds, a parrot, and then, is that, I don't know, in Polish it's tukan, so probably it's similar in English. But it's a very abundant energy, very rich, very lush. And you just want to, it's as if you want to submerge yourself in this life and this lushness. And it feels so refreshing and so rich and just so abundant. And here with the Dream Angel, it's actually the Star card in Tarot, so there's a new beginning. There's a lot of idealism here. That white dress makes me think of it being very pure and innocent and just wanting to follow your dream. So it's such a lovely energy. So yeah, let's see. Let's get a bit more information about these 2 cards. So what else do we need to know about Group 4? Oh, okay, this card already fell out in the previous deck, so I will accept it. Maybe you're drawn to Group 3, but yeah, it's in this context I see it in a completely different way. So 5 of Swords, maybe something happened in your life where you felt something was missing. Somebody took away something from you, and they've done that in a very sneaky way, and I just heard you became a shadow of your former self. It's somebody would take a piece of you that was like a battery or some sort of what's the name? What is it in a car? The engine. Somebody took it away, and then you just became a shadow. And now that some time has passed, you can feel that new fire igniting within you, and you have so much hope and so much trust in the universe. I mean, this is at the edge of your consciousness, so maybe you're still in that energy of, oh God, I feel so horrible, and I'm not who I used to be. I feel like somebody just erased my entire identity, or they erased all of my emotions, and it's not been nice. But there is something here. There's a spark, a divine spark. That's how it feels to me. That's about to be ignited, or it has been ignited, and very slowly all of the things are starting to catch on fire. So you can feel maybe something, it gets a bit warm. What is happening? And it brings you back to good moments where you had some passion, you had a desire to live life and really enjoy it. But for some reason, you haven't been able to do that recently. So let's see. Actually, that's a very interesting message. And all these birds, it's as if you want to fly away, you want to feel free. So let's see, anything else about group 4? What else? The Page of Cups, so another page. There's such a youthful energy here. There's so much purity and idealism and just wanting to start again, feeling like a beginner, just taking the first steps and really enjoying each little victory, enjoying each little step. And for other people it might feel like nothing, but for you it's discovering life again, discovering yourself again. It's as if putting all of the pieces together one by one, and it brings you joy, it brings you happiness, rearranging everything the way you want it to be. Following curiosity, following your passions, following your emotions, even if it might seem silly to other people. Maybe you want to jump into a lake wearing a white dress and holding a bunch of flowers and you're followed by a turtle. If you want to do that, go ahead. If it will make you happy, do it by all means. So it is that feeling of, I just want to feel things again after a time of hardship, of difficulty, of conflict. I just want to be happy again and live my life. That's how it feels. Maybe you haven't noticed it yet, but it's there. You are allowed to feel happy. You are allowed to do whatever you want. You are allowed to look at things the way you want to. You don't have to let other people tell you how to look at them. It's your way of looking at things. It's your life. You can fly away whenever you want, and you don't have to be held back by old energies. You don't have to do that. Let's see. I feel like I'm starting to do some motivational speech here. Let's see. Anything else? Group 4. What is at the edge of your consciousness here? Any extra information? But even this scene, it's so romantic. It's just so moving. I don't know if it's evening and the sun has just set, you can see the moon and you have a beautiful lake and flowers and the reflection in the water, and you feel like life is actually incredible. Life is amazing, and I feel like I'm alive again. I feel like I've been reborn. That's how it feels to me. Okay, anything else? Group 4. Five of Cups. So traditionally it's actually another 5. Traditionally it's a card of sadness, regret, of feeling like you have missed out on a certain thing. It's where you have 3 cups that have spilled, that have fell over, and all of the liquid has ended up on the ground, but there's still 2 of them standing. But in this context, I do see it as praying for something to be reborn. So if you look at the card in more detail, so there is a bird, there are 2 fish, and then there are 2 people on their knees praying. And the cup is that center. It's something to me, I get an it's like when you have a multivitamin tablet and you put it in the water, you just drop it and it starts fizzing and you can see the bubbles and it goes like bzzz. I feel like that's the energy that you have. Something happened. Well, you're moving away from the Five of Swords, but it's as if there is a beginning, there's a promise of a new beginning. You can feel the life just bubbling and it's so fizzy and it's just so exciting and you just want to go for it. You want to enjoy life. I mean, what else can I say? And I know Five of Cups traditionally is not really seen that way, but it's as if you are moving away. You're moving away from stagnation, loss, sadness, feeling that nothing else, nothing good can happen in your life. It's all of a sudden a change in scenery, a change in energy, things happening again. Let's grab one more card from this deck. Anything else for group 4? Anything else? Let's see. Temperance. Yes, so getting back into balance within your own self. Because to me, the Temperance is a card of having just enough. Having enough to sustain yourself, not too much, because if you have too much and you don't need it, you will waste it. And if you don't have enough, you won't feel satisfied. So having just the amount that you need. And maybe in the past, somebody kept taking away things from you and you were never really fulfilled. And now you get an opportunity to discover yourself and to really rearrange everything the way you want to. And just that setting with all of the roses, all of the flowers, it is so absolutely beautiful. And look at these two cards. I mean, it's so poetic, it's so romantic, it's so beautiful. So finding beauty in life again, even if at some point somebody took away a significant element from your heart. So at this moment in time, you might still be in this energy, but at the edge of your consciousness, you're already having the curiosity. You're already feeling something is new. It's as if the snow is starting to melt and you can hear that water just quietly moving down the mountain, all of the snow that has melted. Winter is ending. That's how it feels like to me. There's new life coming. There is wonderful, fresh energy, so much joy, so much curiosity, so much passion. And you will feel, you will have that very youthful energy about you. So, yes, you will be able to freely fly. So we have in both cards birds, and then we have also fish. So flying and also going with the flow as the fish. So yes, it's such a wonderful message. If you've been going through some difficult things, they are ending. The end is near and you can already see something on the horizon. So don't give up. Good things are coming to you and it will be absolutely beautiful. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I really liked this one. It was such a lovely message. So yes, if you liked it, feel free to subscribe. Check out our other videos. We usually post every Sunday and we have lots of other things on our channel. So thank you so much for watching and yes, I will see you next time. Bye!